Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another edition of the Weird World Podcast. Today we have me, Dean.
I'm Jack.
Me, Carrie.
Me, Carrie. And Me, Carrie is going to... That'd be a cool name, actually. You should change your name illegally to Me, Carrie.
No, thanks.
M-I-Carrie. Just do it. Think about it. That's all I ask. All right. Carrie is going to regale us. She's going back to her roots here.
What are my roots, Dean?
The psychological stuff, criminal stuff, kind of a thing, you know.
This is neither of those.
This is pretty psychological. Maybe I don't know what the topic is.
You don't.
You do know what the topic is, but you're confused.
Maybe I'm confused. Is it? It's kind of psychological, isn't it?
No.
Okay, never mind. I'm just going to go ahead and let Carrie talk now.
Okay.
The audience, cheers.
I'm going to tell you a story. We're going to start here in 1984. It happens to be the year I graduated from high school. A man named Sylvan. Right? Do you writing it down for your timeline there, Dean?
No, I'm not.
Oh, okay.
No.
A man named Silvano. He was
That I'm going to write down, but I don't know how to spell it.
just exactly as it sounds.
I don't know how it sounds.
Oh my God.
Silvano?
Yeah.
Okay, then I do.
matter.
He was a nice, affluent Italian gentleman who happened to be enjoying a cruise with, I don't know who he was with, but he was enjoying a cruise when the family curse struck him.
Oh, no.
He was 53 years old.
53.
He had striking red hair.
What year is this?
She said.
You don't
did?
remember?
You said what
You
year
should
it
have
was?
written it down
No,
for your
I didn't write it
timeline.
down. What year is this?
Oh,
Bitch,
1984.
1984.
Oh, no, I never heard you say that.
Oh my God.
Oh, Lord. Did you hear me say it was the year I graduated from high school?
Oh, I did hear
Yeah.
that. Yes.
Uh-huh.
Okay. It's a short-term memory issue right there.
Yeah, it is. Maybe we'll have an explanation for that in this podcast.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
Anyhow, he was actually on the ship's dance floor one evening, and he realized with some embarrassment that the shirt of his tuxedo was drenched with sweat.
Ew.
This is how he knew. Family curse.
Oh, no. Flop sweats?
He
The family
very
is-
sweaty. He was super worried. He looked at himself in the mirror and noticed that his pupils were little pinpoints.
Oh, no.
Which was another sign of his family's curse, because he remembered
Oh, my God. He's a werewolf. Is he a
both.
werewolf?
Yes.
No, both his
Like him.
father and two sisters had the same mysterious illness, and these were two of the first symptoms.
So pupils and sweatiness and fur on the palms.
So he knew this was just the beginning for him. He knew things like tremors, impotence, and constipation
Wow.
would come next.
One of those is worse than the others. So he's sweaty and furry and...
Okay, you're putting the furry part in there.
Damn it.
There's no fur whatsoever.
Okay.
But then he knew the worst symptom of all would eventually come, and that would be he would not be able to sleep. Almost total insomnia, and that it could last for months, and that he would ultimately...
Months?
Months.
That's worse than Michael Jackson.
And ultimately he would die from it.
Die from insomnia?
Yeah.
He knew it was going to happen. Like I said, it happened to his father and a couple of his sisters. So he decided to send himself to the University of Bologna's sleep study.
You say sent himself?
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, I picture like he put himself into a large box. He sealed it from the inside. He had it already addressed.
Postage stamp and everything.
And then he was
I
on his
doubt
way.
it.
Okay.
So when he got there, he told the doctors, I know what's going to happen. I'm going to stop sleeping. And within 8 or 9 months, I'm going to be dead. The doctors asked him, this is over the phone first before he went in. They asked him, how do you know? And he said, because. And he recited going back generations in his family. In every generation, he named the people who had this same fate, and they all died.
Lon Chaney, Michael Landon, I believe Benicio del Toro. All of these had this fate.
Well, he did die, just as he predicted, less than a couple of years later. But he did go to the sleep study place and he allowed himself to be recorded and all that kind of stuff. So there is audio or video recordings of him. And he decided to leave his brain to science in the hopes that they could study it and try to figure out what this mysterious curse on his family was.
So this is an episode about insomnia.
It
that
is.
Kills. Kill
It
it
is.
lethal insomnia.
Fatal familial insomnia is the name. And it is a horrific thing. But then think about it. Would you want to know?
Yes.
What if this was in your family?
I would want to know.
I would not want to know because because hear me out.
If you have kids, yes,
Yeah.
I
you
guess
should know.
yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
You're right. But you'd like to then. How about this? You're just neutered at a young age
What?
and not told that you're going to die from insomnia, maybe. So you can't have kids. Hear me out, and you still can live a normal life because I wonder how much of it is like you start getting these symptoms and you think to yourself, okay, I'm never going to sleep again, and you talk yourself into never sleeping again.
You can't do that.
No.
Your body, if you don't have this, your body will eventually shut down and you'll go to sleep.
Didn't work for Michael Jackson. He had to use anesthetic.
Well, he had other issues going on. He didn't have fatal familial insomnia.
Oh my God, but he was a werewolf, as you recall from Thriller. So there is a connection.
Well, anyway, this particular family, they're Italian, as I said, and they
I
have.
don't think you said that.
She did say it, but she sounded angry just now, that reminding us that she said it.
All right.
I did say that
She
Solano
did.
was an Italian man.
Oh,
Because
that's
I
true.
remember thinking, I wish she
I
would do
just
the entire
surmised.
episode in an Italian accent, in a bad American Italian accent. Will
Well-
you won't? Okay.
No. And can trace their family history back to the 18th century. And we're going to talk about their history, but also this family, we don't use any last names because we don't know their last names.
Solano.
They have remained anonymous.
Really?
Yes.
It's like that family in Mexico where they get I'm not saying this on purpose, but the werewolf fur on their face. Seriously.
yeah, I've seen pictures of them.
But we know who they are. They in fact they've been in shows and things like that, and they
Well,
Yeah.
it's pretty hard to remain anonymous when you have fur all over your body.
well, it's pretty hard to remain anonymous when you can't sleep either, too. Maybe not.
Oh, no, not at all.
It's really not.
Can we give them a last name? How about Trattoria?
No, they don't need a
my
last name.
God.
Well,
Pizzeria. Savads.
they're from the Venice area, so they do call them the, I don't know.
Venetian.
No, not Venetian. I don't know what name they call them.
Well-
but something about Venice. Yeah, Venetian, I guess.
No, not that. It's this. It's the same thing you just said.
And we're going to shout out the writer of a book. His name is D.T. Max.
Yeah.
And you know
D.T.
him?
Max?
That couldn't sleep.
Yep, the family that couldn't sleep.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You've heard of
He-
this?
Oh, yeah.
bitch.
Really?
Yeah, Jack's going to be helpful.
DT
for me.
Max. That's a cool name.
Yeah.
It is.
2 X's?
No, what?
No.
Should be 2 X's.
Just one.
DT.
It's
Add
a
an X.
name. It's his name.
But first, let's talk about sleep.
Let's talk about sleep, baby.
What happens to your body and your brain when you sleep, Jack? Do you know?
No, you got the papers. You tell me.
You
don't bring me on to do the work.
It rebuilds.
Your
it
brain
recovers.
Your brain cycles through REM
Mm-hmm.
and non-REM sleep. REM is rapid eye movement. We know that. The first part of the cycle is the non-REM sleep, and there's 4 stages. The first stage is like, in between being awake and falling asleep. It's when you're falling asleep. The second is light sleep, and your heart rate and breathing regulate and your body temperature drops. And then the third and fourth stages are the deep sleep. And REM, you always hear that that's like the most important part of your sleep,
Yeah.
right? Like your deepest sleep. And I guess that's when you're dreaming, right? It actually isn't the most important part
Really?
of your sleep. Yep. The important part of sleep is for learning and memory. You look so confused.
Well, what,
and it's the non-REM sleep that's more important for that part.
is it the one after REM? Because it's light sleep, then REM, and then deep sleep that's not REM?
Anything that's not REM is non-REM. sleep.
Well, no, he says like 4 stages. So it could be the stage after REM, but not the same as light sleep preceding REM. It's not that complicated.
I don't know, but also you cycle through. So after, yeah,
Okay.
It goes the non-REM stage has those 4 sub stages.
yeah.
That in sequential order.
And
And then
then
you have
you-
a stage of REM, and then you can
I
go
know.
back to
And then you go back
sleep
to non-REM. Yeah.
I know.
in that same
Okay.
1
You're
through
not-
4.
Okay.
I know all those things.
Okay.
I'm a sleep
You
expert.
didn't act like you did.
No.
And all the good
but-
stuff that's happening to your brain and your body is in the non-REM part,
Yeah, so
not
that
the REM part where you're dreaming.
I know. So that implies that, say there's 4 stages. One of them is REM. All the others are better for you than REM. That's what you're implying.
I suppose.
Okay.
I mean, I don't
find that
know.
hard to believe.
Okay.
I'll bet you one of them is better for you.
Well, that's highly likely,
I'm going to call a sleep person.
but I don't know why it's so important to you.
Or
right now.
I can just ask someone who works at a mattress store.
And anyway, you cycle through like 3 or 4 times every night, and
If you get a full night's sleep.
okay,
Sure.
Well, you.
Yes, that was implied. That's can
Yeah,
be
well,
inferred.
I bet you I don't make all those cycles.
well, yeah, I
Almost
know
never.
you're not normal in a lot of ways.
Thanks.
You need a healthy amount of sleep, Dean, and you might want
Yeah.
to listen to this.
I know.
It's vital for brain plasticity, which is the brain's ability to adapt to input. If you sleep too little, you're unable to process what you've learned during the day. And you'll have trouble remembering it.
It worked
in
fine
the
for Trump.
God.
That's why, like when you're in high school and college and you got to figure out, do I stay up all night and study and then sleep a little bit and then wake up and go take the test? Or do I go to sleep early, wake up early, study, and then go take the test? Based on this, what do you think is the better thing to
The
do?
last one.
You're not even paying attention.
I
No, the first one. It's better
was the
to
first one?
study,
Oh, yeah. Okay.
read everything that you need to read
Okay.
right before you go to sleep.
Yes.
Go to sleep.
Yeah.
That's
Get
when
it
your brain
encoded.
processes it,
What?
and then it's easier for you to remember it the next day. If you wake up early, study, your brain doesn't have time to process everything.
Yep.
Yes,
Before you take the
but
test.
What are you gonna
the
say?
first part implies, what if you have to stay up till 4 in the morning and only get 3 hours of sleep? That's not
Well,
good
obviously,
either.
don't do that.
Well, then that's you don't understand cramming. Then that's not how it works. You're doing it because you don't have enough time. So neither is a good.
That's probably still better than waking up early and trying to study right
Yeah.
before taking the test.
Okay.
3 hours of sleep is still time for
Yeah.
your brain to probably go through a cycle or 2.
Yeah. Yeah.
You're wrong.
You are wrong. So anyway, face, Dean.
That's Carrie. That's Carrie being vicious right there.
Feisty. Real competitive.
Researchers also believe that sleep may promote the removal of waste products from brain cells.
That sounds kind of gross.
Something that,
It's like brain poop.
yeah,
Yeah.
occurs less efficiently when the brain is awake. Sleep is also important to the rest of the body, not just the brain. Symptoms of depression, seizures, high blood pressure, and migraines are worse when you don't sleep well enough. Your immunity is compromised, and it so increases the likelihood that you're going to get sick. And it also plays a role in your metabolism, which we hear
So
all
everything.
the time.
Damn.
Even one night of missed-sleep can create a pre-diabetic state in an otherwise healthy person.
I have seen some sleep Nazis wrote some of this stuff. That sounds like exaggeration.
Sleep Nazis known as doctors and researchers.
People
and
trying
people
to get
who
you to
have-
be healthier.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Those people, yes. Sleep Nazis.
Gross.
So that's everything about sleep, about how important it is. So obviously, it makes sense that when you cannot sleep for whatever reason, I mean, literally cannot sleep, it's going to have horrific consequences for your body. So let's go back to poor Silvano's family.
Savannah Venezio.
That's not his last name.
Shut up.
But anyway, this family can be traced back to Venice, back to 1764, with a doctor. No one knows this guy's name.
How has no one ever figured these people out their name in all these years?
It doesn't get written down.
Yeah. Well, this doctor was fairly wealthy. He had land both in Venice and Veneto, which is in the countryside. And he was highly respected, well thought of, all that kind of stuff. In late 1964, this doctor hadn't been sleeping well.
Wait, what? What year did you just say?
She said
Oh, did I say
1960.
19?
Yeah, okay,
1764. Sorry.
I got confused. I was like, wait, what?
He hadn't
Time
been,
traveler.
He hadn't been sleeping
Again.
well, and this is documented. He started to think, something might be wrong. He was a doctor. His wife thought his eyes looked glassy, and he had been particularly sweaty. In fact, the sweat had been soaking through his bedclothes onto the sheets. But he wasn't hot. His body wasn't hot at all.
That's bad.
He never slept that night, the first night that this happened, but he still, got up in the morning and went about his routine thinking, okay, I'll be tired and I'll be able to sleep. Next night, he still couldn't sleep. He went for a few weeks without ever really sleeping.
Yeah.
And so he checked with his, doctor colleagues that he knew. And this is 1700s.
Yeah, this is
They
when they're
didn't know
still
a whole
leeching
lot.
each other.
Yeah,
so
let
I
me
don't
cut
know.
you open and
Yeah.
bleach you all over the floor.
Yeah, well, your 4 humors might be out of balance.
Well,
That's all we can tell you.
They could only suggest that he needed more time in the fresh air.
Of course.
So,
Humors.
Yeah.
Miasma.
Well, actually, what doctors thought about sleep in those days was that everything went through your heart. It had something to do with the heart, not the brain. They didn't think about it. So anyway,
Well, I guess that makes sense.
Yeah.
Blood, everything.
so then he began to feel stiff, like his whole body was kind of stiff, and
Like he's dead.
and his not that stiff.
Rigor mortis.
But his movements were a little bit weird and stuff. And then, of course, he became very anxious, which anxiety, I think, happens to everybody who can't sleep.
Get
Yeah.
ready, sir.
Yeah.
Is this the beginning of the environmental movement?
No.
Because it's not werewolves.
No.
Damn it.
By 1765, so less than a year later, he was completely bedridden. One night he'd be cool, the next night he'd be burning hot, but no matter what his body temperature was, he was always sweating profusely. He became confused. One night he almost walked out of his bedroom window. Wow. Doctors tried treating him with a concoction called treacle. I didn't look it up.
It's treacle. Isn't
Yeah.
that a dessert?
Yeah, it's not that one.
Yeah.
It has something to do with
Delicious, but
with-
it's not helping me sleep.
with like viper stuff and
Viper stuff?
Yeah.
Like venom?
and opium.
Well, okay.
There it is.
So which they thought, one byproduct of giving him this concoction with opium it would be that it would make him sleep. It did not.
Damn.
He did not sleep. So, as you might guess, he died.
Yeah.
And they said the cause of his death was, quote, organic defect of the heart sac.
Wow.
Ew, not the heart sack.
Is there a heart sac? There's not even a heart sac. It's not a thing, is it?
No.
Never
heard of the
there
heart
might
sac.
be, but
What is it? It's just a bunch of muscles.
That's what they call
Okay.
the lung.
They're ventricles.
There's the heart sacs
You
in it.
know, it's
well,
not
I know, but
sacs.
there's like lining, isn't there,
Of
around
the
your heart?
ventricles, the pericardium.
Yeah,
That's like a membrane.
Maybe that's what they're talking about.
Jack's
Maybe.
just making up words.
Bitch, you know what the membrane is.
Mm-hmm.
You
Well,
worried
if
about
you're
the word
insane in the
membrane?
membrane, yes.
Insane in the brain.
Well, so anyway, in the generations that followed, members of this family would die at random by this deadly insomnia at a fairly young age. Doctors were baffled. The family was considered unlucky, and they thought they were cursed.
Yeah, who'd you piss off?
5 years after this doctor died, his nephew, Giuseppe, was born.
Giuseppe Venezio.
Giuseppe.
This is 1770.
Giuseppe is Italian for Jerry, by the way.
I don't think so.
Maybe.
He grew up in his uncle's countryside palazzo,
Yeah.
but during his lifetime, I guess Venice came under the control of Austria,
Sure, why not?
and
I'm not surprised.
they did something which resulted in Venice turning into a swamp.
The Austrians did?
A
Bastards.
swamp in Venice, you
Austrians.
know?
Uh-huh.
They
Well,
probably,
it's
like,
pretty swampy. They
Yeah.
don't dredge it out.
Well,
Yeah.
maybe it's because of the Austrians, but anyway,
So it just fell into disrepair
yes.
because of the Austrians. So now you're just slamming Austria.
Yep.
Well, there's not the current Austrians. They're
Correct.
different time, different empire.
So you're saying Archduke Ferdinand deserved to die? Is that what you're saying?
No.
Sure.
Sounds like that's what you're saying.
I don't think he had anything to do with this, actually.
I think
Since it was probably way before
hundreds
he
of
was
years.
born.
So you're saying they deserved to be taken over by Nazi Germany in the Anschluss of 1938? I think is that what you're saying? Is that what
No.
you're saying? It sounds like that.
But because of this, there was lots of illness, malnutrition, disease, etc. So Giuseppe tried to keep working the land.
Yeah, she's actually saying Giuseppe.
Giuseppe.
No, I like it when she says she just sort of overpronounces the vowels. She thinks she's speaking Hawaiian.
She's Giada de Laurentiis.
How do you guys say it?
Giuseppe.
Oh,
Giuseppe
whatever.
Venise. Or just Jerry is fine. too.
Giuseppe.
Oh, Jesus.
Giuseppe.
Giuseppe.
He worked the land and supported his family. In 1828, one of his teenage sons, Costanzo, died.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's very
as
young.
a teenager
Of
with
this?
dementia-like symptoms.
Whoop, there it is.
So, but he was not sleeping. He died from this.
Yes,
Does
he
it-
did die
yeah.
of this. He was not malnourished, but that was what the official diagnosis was. Because, like I said, there was a lot of that going on. People were getting sick, and there was a lot of malnutrition and stuff. Yes, Dean. What?
So, okay, I was just going to ask. That wasn't the disease. I just put him in that category because it was easy. He was
Yes.
Okay.
And they had no idea.
Yeah.
Giuseppe died the very same year with very similar symptoms at the age of 57. Stop laughing at me.
We can't.
It's hard.
Giuseppe
That's better.
had
A
2
little bit.
sons left.
Oof.
So they'll all be
Well,
wiped
that's
out.
bad.
So are they having kids? These sons? Mm-hmm. Okay.
Because one of the sons left, Angelo, died in his 60s,
Okay.
but same disease that his brother had died of as a teenager and his father died of at 57. The 4th remaining son, named Vincenzo, he died at the age of 58, but of cancer.
Oh,
Lucky
so he
him.
got lucky.
So he did not die. Or I said 4
Wait,
sons.
what, bitch?
I mean, he did not die of the family curse.
Yeah.
He did not die.
Yeah.
He's immortal. He's still living to this day.
So 2 of the sons died of that. Vincenzo, the one that died of cancer, he had 6 children
Jesus.
that
How many had it?
that lived into adulthood.
And
They had more kids, but they died as little kids. Vincenzo married a woman from a different area who happened to have red hair. And their first son, named Angelo, they named him Angelo. He died in 1901 in his mid-30s. They had a daughter named Karina. She died in 1906 in her 40s. And a son, Giovanni, died in 1913 in his 40s. And Antonio in 1926 in his 50s. And people thought that this family, I mean, you know, they weren't terribly young. 30s and 40s is kind of young. But people in town thought that because he married a red-haired woman, it was a curse because of her red hair.
oh my
That's
God.
not, that's not a bad theory.
What kind of
Just
shit
saying.
is that?
Well, red hair was,
Seen as the devil?
maybe.
Well, records from the
It's
time
rare.
list all different causes of death for those 4 kids, but they actually all died of the same family disease.
All of them did, huh?
Oopsie.
And how old were the?
So that's 4 out of 6 kids
Yikes! That's
In
not
their
good
30s
odds.
and 40s.
died of that. 30s and 40s, one in his 50s.
Okay, so they're dying. They're rarely dying really young, but they're not dying super late mostly.
No. And the problem with that is, except for the one guy that died
Yeah.
in his teens,
Yeah.
the problem with that is
They can produce kids.
they live long enough
Carry
to
it
have
on.
kids
Yeah.
before they die.
I
Yikes.
think. So what you're saying, Carrie, is that the whole family needs to be neutered.
No, that's
No,
not what I'm
Sounds
saying.
like what that's okay.
And this family, remember, they started out fairly wealthy with the doctor in 1764. Well, you know, as subsequent generations go by, obviously stuff happens too, world wars and all that kind of stuff. But the family grew less wealthy generation after generation, partly because of the relatively early deaths.
Sure.
In the
Earning
family.
power, something like that.
Yes. Doctors never connected all of these cases together.
Good God.
Nope.
How?
It makes sense
No.
that they
Well-
might not.
if they were all, it seems as though they were all identified as different things during their lives, and they're like, I don't know what the fuck this is.
Yeah.
They knew about it. I thought the family knew about it, though, didn't they?
They knew of it as a curse, but they didn't.
But
They're
wait,
not
the family
thinking.
must know that all these forebears died from not being able to sleep.
Not all of them.
They must.
That they could still continue the family lineage.
I know, but within the family, I'm just saying they knew the cause of death was not sleeping. They had to.
Well,
have known that.
that's only one, Dean. They know of all the other stuff that's happening too.
The dementia.
Yeah.
The sweating.
No, I'm saying within the family.
Yes.
Yes, so
Yeah.
are we.
We are too.
Okay.
So the causes of death were listed. One common one was pellagra, which is malnutrition, which was very common in the area at the time. Dementia or encephalitis lethargica,
Ooh.
which was a plague that was spread over Europe in the 1900s.
The craziest thing in the world.
That's where you just go into a complete catatonic state, more or less, right?
Yeah, it was called
Locked in.
sleeping
Yeah.
sickness.
That's the Robin Williams movie.
Awakenings.
Yeah, Awakening.
Is it really?
Where
Oh.
they found, I think it was
Oh,
L
yes,
Topa,
yes.
and they
Yes,
came out of
L-Topa.
it, but it didn't last very long.
Yeah.
The problem is that's basically the opposite of what their problem was. They couldn't
Yeah.
sleep. So
It's very Parkinson's like, but in young people, which is so crazy.
well, so then after World War I, the swamps of Venice were dried up by public works projects, and the general death toll started to decrease in the area. Not so much malnutrition and encephalitis lethargica and stuff like that. So that made the family's deaths start to stand out a little bit more and started the gossip, and they started to talk about the family's curse.
The rumor mill.
But as far as this curse is based on, they have a lot of people dying relatively young.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
And of similar-ish things?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, the sweating and all that.
Yeah.
Oof.
One
Scary.
one of Vincenzo's grandsons, Pietro was his name. He was born in 1894. He was not wealthy, but he was ambitious. He became like a politician, kind of, and he was successful. In 1920, he got married and had 5 children. In 1943, a sudden stiffness struck him, and he soon was kind of paralyzed and was confined to a hospital bed. One of his daughters wrote to her brother that their father had lost his mind, said he barely speaks, and when he does, he doesn't make any sense. When he sleeps, he makes little movements because his nerves are never calm. He rubs his hands and says he has pins and needles. And while it seems like he's asleep, but when he wakes up, he's even more tired than he was before. So he actually wasn't ever really sleeping.
So is he not telling people, I can't sleep? This is where I'm getting confused. It seems like all these people who die and who really died, I don't care what the medical authorities claim they died from.
Right.
They know they really stopped sleeping before they died.
Yes.
Okay. So
Yeah.
it seems like the family would know that. That's why I was trying to get at a minute ago. The family would know that it wasn't encephalitis, blah, blah, blah. It was my uncle, my grandpa, whatever,
Yeah.
stopped sleeping for the year or two before they died. And,
Yeah.
Okay. So
I doubt they made the connection to sleep because back
Really?
then we didn't know sleep was as important as we do today.
so they just thought that was a side.
Coincidence?
Yes.
But after a
Yeah.
while, though, it was so
I
common.
don't think
Yeah,
so.
I don't
Apparently
think so
not.
either. I'm sure they thought it was just a symptom, like everything else was a symptom.
Okay.
And like this daughter said, it looked like her father was sleeping. They can look like they're sleeping.
Yeah, which is so weird.
Yeah,
Yeah, just lay down and close their eyes.
exactly.
And they go into that like weird catatonic state that you mentioned.
Uh-huh. And lots of times they do things like she says he's makes little movements because he can never calm his nerves. What they're doing is it's almost like they're in REM sleep, where it's where like when you dream,
But while they're awake.
they're kind of semi-awake,
Oh.
and the little movements they're making
Yeah.
are they're like acting out things they do during their normal day-to-day thing. Like in the video of Silvano in the sleep study thing, there's video of him. It looks like he's combing his hair. He just does little movements.
And this is like at night when he's trying to sleep or whatever, and this is
Yep.
sort of this quasi sleep state that
Yes,
He's
but
in.
it's the sleep where it's not restorative.
yeah.
It's not
Okay.
where yeah.
And because when you're in deep sleep, I know when you're in REM sleep, your brain shuts down your body, so you don't.
But theirs isn't able to.
Yeah. So they never get to that stage
Uh-huh.
where they. Okay.
It seems like an REM stage, but it's not.
Yeah.
It's not complete. Something's not going right because
Yeah.
their bodies aren't shutting down, and because they are still doing the movements
Yep.
of whatever it was they were doing, which probably explains why the one guy tried to walk out of his bedroom window.
Yeah.
So, like I said,
Is that sleepwalk? So sleepwalkers are sleepwalkers having a problem with that too? Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Their body's not triggering that thing that makes you not.
Paralysis. Yep.
Yep.
Ah.
But they're still getting the sleep.
Yeah,
That's the
so
difference.
that's different, but they are still
They're
it's
still going
just
through the
that small
cycles.
part of it.
because
Yeah.
they go through the other stages
The first
of
part, the
sleep.
non-REM cycles,
Yeah.
yes.
Okay.
Yep.
The alpha, beta waves,
Yeah.
all of that.
Yeah. So, while she said she thought he seemed like he was asleep, he never truly was asleep. But he was trying to rest. Doctors diagnosed him with encephalitis, but his daughter knew that was wrong.
That was their go-to.
Yep.
I mean, it makes a little bit of sense. There's some similarities, but
Yeah, but it isn't.
it's not that.
So when that struck him, it was 1943. He died in 1944 at the age of 49, and the official cause of death was listed as hypertension. Which
What
was
the
like,
fuck?
why?
Lipitor.
In 1973, so that was Pietro. In 1973, his youngest daughter, Assunta, Pietro, by the way, was Silvano's father.
Yeah.
Oh,
So-
okay. So we're getting closer to
Yep.
now.
So Assunta would have been Silvano's sister. And so in 1973, this was the youngest child of Pietro. She decided to go up into the attic and just hang out there. She
Hey.
was having all the same symptoms that her father had, and several other family members that she could remember. So she knew that
she was not gonna sleep.
That she was next. She told her niece that she felt like a marionette whose puppeteer had dropped its strings.
Ew.
That's very
Italian.
evocative,
Oh.
but doesn't make sense, but I like it.
Well, that summer, they decided to take her to the hospital where they initially diagnosed her with Meniere's disease. And
Sure.
that's
Don't patronize me. I know what that is. Go ahead and tell the audience, though.
dizziness and sweating spells or dizzy spells and sweatiness are symptoms of that. I always thought Meniere's disease was the cause of vertigo. A lot of people's vertigo. And that was simply because, a couple of her symptoms matched. She did not have Meniere's disease. Her
They didn't
niece-
have Dr. House at this time in
No,
Italy. or
they
anywhere.
didn't. She had a young niece named Lisi, and Lisi was studying to be a nurse. She knew that her aunt did not have Meniere's disease because that would not explain the insomnia. So then they transferred her to another that Assunta had been lying to the doctors, and what her problem was alcoholism. And, the sweating and all this stuff was just signs of her,
Boozing.
well,
But alcohol puts you to sleep.
not having the booze. That's what happens when
Oh,
you,
the withdrawal.
the withdrawal,
Got it.
which, of course, her family knew. No, she's not a secret alcoholic.
She's up in the attic.
Well, in early 1974, Assunta died. And right before she died, she still knew what was going on. She knew who she was. She recognized her family. She knew exactly what her fate was going to be, which is kind of awful.
Did others not know? Did they were They did.
There
sort
was
of
dementia.
like
Yeah.
That
in
teenager,
some of them.
he had
Yeah.
dementia.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So it's because your mind is just corroding. You're never
Well,
sleeping. Your mind's not. Your
yes.
brain's not getting repaired, and
Basically.
you just
Lack
you
of
lose your
yes.
cognitive functions. And really,
Yeah.
that would be awful. So you're
There's some more to it.
it's physical and mental disrepair.
No,
The
it's all
neurologic.
physical. Yeah. It's
It's a neurological.
No, I mean,
neurological.
but-
It's not. I don't know what you mean by mental.
But your body is breaking down as well,
Your body's 100%.
and your cognitive
breaking
functions
down.
are breaking down as well.
Yes.
That's-
As a result of the neurological.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's okay.
I wouldn't call that psychological.
Nope. Okay.
So, like I said, this niece, Lisi, was studying to be a nurse, and she was engaged to a young man, Ignacio, who was studying to be a doctor. They decided they were going to investigate all the deaths in her family and try to get to the bottom of the family's curse. Because obviously they figured out it was medical. So they both had to go to school.
Okay.
And Ignacio observed the aunt's autopsy. There was nothing abnormal about her brain. I guess, they weigh it and all that kind of stuff, and they can tell if I'm assuming.
Did they cut it open?
Looks fine. Nice and
yes.
gray, wrinkly.
Yeah. And
Next.
people who die of
Parkinson's.
Alzheimer's and stuff, I think their brains, you can tell.
Yeah. It's shaped like a softball. I mean, like with the stitching and everything. It's yellow. It's a bright yellow. Fact.
Her autopsy they were able to come to no conclusions about how she died. But they really chopped up her brain and stuff, and so they couldn't tell by just looking at it
Please stop making the chopping motions.
what was wrong with this.
That's disconcerting.
Chop, chop, chop.
So he's doing brain chopping motions.
Chopping up the brain.
I don't like that.
In 1978, another one of Lisi's aunts, Perina, also started to show symptoms.
Perina.
Cat food.
Okay. All right.
Perina. Lisi and Ignacio told them
Did she have furry paws? Perina?
no,
No. Okay.
that it was told them,
Hello.
I typo, but yes, that it was this unknown illness. Ignacio, so she died.
Perina died.
Yes.
Okay.
Ignacio sent samples of Perina's tissues to a famous German neurologist in Geneva. He didn't want them to do an autopsy on her like they did on Asunta, where they chop up her brain and all that kind of stuff. So he actually noticed plaques in her brain.
The German researcher in Switzerland.
No, Ignacio.
Oh, Ignacio. Okay.
And they were clusters of dead proteins, which is what plaques are, right, Jack?
Sure. I mean, yeah.
Yeah, dead.
obvious.
I mean,
Yeah.
denatured.
Noticed these scattered around her brain tissue. So the doctor in Germany noticed a similarity to the brain tissue of a patient who had Creutzfeldt-Jakob disease.
Oh, is that mad cow?
Yes.
It is?
Yes, it is.
Damn. Pulled that one.
Good job, Dean.
Yeah. I don't know where that came from.
CJD. You just say CJD.
Yeah, that's the plaques. CJD
amyloids.
patients have the plaques too.
Just say mad cow. It's a way better
No,
name.
say
No.
CJD.
No, say mad cow.
No, don't say mad
I'm
cow.
going to have
That's
to insist. You say mad
inaccurate.
cow. Then I'm going to say mad cow every
stupid.
time you say CJD.
But the damage to Perina's brain was in the thalamus, and CJD doesn't affect the thalamus. The plaques are in a different parts of their brains. And at this point, this is only 1979, only 179 patients had ever been diagnosed with CJD.
Mad cow.
So
That's
it was
interesting.
fairly early. Both CJD
Mad cow.
and the Venetians' mysterious illness were caused by a part of the body that for some reason turned against itself, a protein gone rogue,
Ooh.
known as
Never good.
prions.
Prions. How do you spell that? Preon?
Nope.
Prion. And prions are proteins. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. And they're going rogue.
Yes.
So they're like, okay.
They kind of attack themselves. So CJD,
Mad cow.
mad cow disease. For
No,
Dean.
it's not. It has nothing to do with cows. That's
Well-
a different disease entirely.
Mad cow.
Variant.
Oh, really?
Yeah, VCJD.
Oh, okay.
Mad
Just
cow,
think-
the bovine.
cow would be a good ice cream.
No, not that. Different.
Oh, okay.
Related but different.
I would buy mad cow
I know,
ice
it's
cream. I don't
complicated.
even eat ice cream.
Okay. Well, mad cow disease is the best known prion
It
disease.
is.
And it destroys the brains and spinal cords of infected cattle. But did you know there are other, and these are infectious forms of prion diseases.
Yes.
The fatal familial
That's not, that's
insomnia
genetic.
is not.
Exactly.
Yes.
Heritable.
That would be scary if it was infectious.
Yes. Other infectious forms, scrapey
Yeah.
in sheep, because the sheep
Scrapey.
kind
Ooh, I like that.
of get weird behaviors, and they kind of go stiff. They like, move their necks weird and stuff, and then they scrape their bodies up against
Really?
things.
Like fences and shit.
Yeah.
You know?
Do they become were-sheep?
I
They're
don't
already
think
pretty
so.
hairy, so I'm not sure where.
But they could become. I just want a were-animal in this story somewhere, please.
Well, and I think scrapey came about when they were when farmers were trying to like make kind of new.
Merino sheep. They're trying to get the good merino wool
Yep.
into like the more like, I guess, robust breeds of sheep, and they
Yeah.
started inbreeding.
Oh, and that
Which is where you just
and it
keep-
got them disease-ridden.
Yep.
Yeah,
Ugh,
And
just
weren't
sent it
they
out.
feeding them?
that's cows.
Oh,
You're
I thought it happened in the sheep too. No.
cows.
Okay,
they fed
just
the sheep
cows.
cow brains and the cows sheep brains, ironically.
Switch.
Well, and then there was another disease called kuru. Do you know about kuru?
Oh,
No.
bitch. Yes, I know about
I don't know.
kuru.
I don't know how to spell it. Rod Kuru? Is it in-
Kuru.
No, it's not.
You've probably heard of it.
different.
And these are in human beings.
Oh, I've heard of Kuru.
Yeah.
Kuru's in human beings.
Yeah.
In
Cannibals.
the Malay.
Okay. Yeah,
Cannibals,
because you,
right?
you eat the
Yeah.
brain.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, which is don't eat the brain. Do not Hannibal Lectern anyone ever because you can get
Lectern.
Kuru. Hannibal, what's his name?
You mean
Lecter.
Hannibal Podium? I like Hannibal Podium better.
Hannibal Lecter.
Yeah, there you go.
Right? Okay.
Yes.
You've done that before.
Kuru, yes, is in the Malay people.
That's also like New Guinea and
I'm not. Yeah, it might be. It depends. It's
I
because of
believe-
burial practices.
Kentucky. I'm just back.
All right.
Kentucky.
And Creutzfeldt Jakob disease are the ones in humans.
CJD
Mm-hmm.
has nothing to do with cows.
Well, so how do you get that one?
What do you mean, mad cow disease?
No, Creutzfeldt Jakob.
It could be a result of a random mutation, like the
Is that
gene.
infectious? I thought it was infectious.
I thought it was infectious too.
Not Creutzfeldt Jakob. I know it's a little bit confusing because all of these diseases are lumped under the umbrella transmissible spongiform encephalopathies.
Sure.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, obviously.
Even if a lot of them are not transmissible, like fatal familial insomnia.
That's
Okay.
in the same
Creutzfeldt-
category?
Yeah. It's just
Really?
because the prion protein is a causative agent.
What if we call them all mad cow and just make it simple?
No, that would not make it simple.
Damn it.
But Creutzfeldt
Not even
Jakob
made sense.
is spontaneous.
It can be, yes.
So it's
Usually,
it's a
yes.
mutation.
Yeah, it could be a mutation. Yeah, it would have to be a mutation.
Okay. So it's similar, but
Different.
the prions destroy a different tissues in your brain than
Probably.
fatal familial insomnia because
not
they
an
don't cause
expert.
they don't cause the
So
insomnia.
is the brain, does the brain have a sleep area?
There's
Yes.
probably multiple
Controls
areas
sleep.
that
Well,
play a role in sleep.
for fatal familial insomnia, it's the thalamus because the thalamus it controls like hormones and those processes, right?
Yeah,
Like,
probably melatonin.
yep. Yeah.
So they just needed melatonin and they would have
Yeah,
boom, knocked
5
them right out.
milligrams. There you go.
Unfortunately.
You can go get a big bottle at Costco. This
Some
is
gummies.
so sad. They couldn't have.
So this kind of explains in a very simple way how what happens to the prions. They change shape.
I feel like Carrie's dumbing it down for me here at this point.
Well, I'm
But
dumbing it down for
that's-
myself
Do you want her
too.
to talk about ligands and
No.
conformational
No.
fucking?
No.
There you go.
So the abnormal prion, it changes shape, and then it kind of like attaches to a healthy prion and makes it change shape too.
So bad prion attacks good prion.
Yep.
And
Now
messes
they're
with-
both bad.
So then
Oh,
there's
really?
two,
Yes.
and then they go out and find a healthy
Oh,
prion.
so it's like a zombie. These are zombie prions.
Sure.
Basically.
Because they're infecting the
Yep.
good prion,
Yep.
and they go out and they infect more. These are
Yep.
zombie prions,
And
I've
it's
got it now.
brains.
I can figure it out now.
And on and on.
Yeah,
and,
this is zombie.
Yep.
We're gonna call fatal familial insomnia insomnia
Insomnia,
or
zombie.
insomnia. Good. Boom. Go. Done.
And so as the bad prions or the prions
Misfolded prions.
spread, yeah. I mean, and they're basically killing brain cells.
damn.
They
threw
kind of
into it.
clump together and take up space in your brain.
So that's what's happening when you have this disease. You're getting
Mm-hmm.
these brain cells that are in your sleepy area
Yes.
are getting zombified or insomnified.
well, that's
Yes.
why they call it the spongiform encephalopathies.
it
is-
physically messes up.
Makes
Your brain
your
gets
brain-
like holy and stuff like
Yeah.
that.
Yes.
the holes-
Literally, when they look at the brains, there's
sponges.
holes all in
Porous.
the- Yep.
Grody.
Ugh, scary.
So in the case of people with fatal familial insomnia, those proteins
Bad proteins.
go to two locations within the brain structure, and it's the thalamus. The thalamus is often described as the brain's switchboard,
Sure.
relaying signals from one region to the next.
It's a good mid-20th century analogy. I like that. We're going to need to
Yep.
modernize that, I think.
Motherboard.
Like, what the fuck's a switchboard?
Circuit board.
The CPU.
Well, it plays a crucial role in movement, sight, and many other processes. And so
Makes sense.
So in Silvano's thalamus, it was full of tiny little holes.
Yep.
Yep.
Protein holes, like in cheese.
So he was a cheese brain.
Yeah, Swiss cheese brain.
Cheese head.
Yep.
He was a Green Bay Packer fan.
Oh my God.
I actually like the Packers. So.
And they could, I mean, I guess they know they have most of the brain mapped out, right? Or a lot of the brain mapped out. So
They're pretty
the
good at it.
spots in Silvano's brain, that had lots of little holes in it, turned out to be the area that's crucial to the sleep-wake cycle.
We love that. Circadian rhythms, baby.
So that's what causes deadly insomnia.
Holes in the brain.
Are you going to talk about what we think the prion protein does?
So zombie prions
Because we don't know.
I don't know.
Ha, ha, ha.
make holes in your sleep brain. Boom. I've dumbed it down. Now I can
Or
understand
in
it.
the case of FFI, yes.
I don't know.
Fatal familial
Oh, there we go.
insomnia.
Yeah.
I do know what that is.
Well,
You mean
Ignacio,
insomnia.
Yeah, insomnia.
so Ignacio's wife, Lisi, is part of this family
So she
that
gonna
has
get it? Or
this
she,
gene. I don't know if she has the gene or not.
Do they have any family data? It's like 64% have gotten it if they live to be age whatever.
I never read any numbers like that.
Well,
But
can we just make them up?
But
No.
so he's actually working to try to come up with a
A cure.
cure for it, or
Which good
something.
She wants to have kids.
I don't know if they have children or
Are
not,
you going to talk about
but they are
the chances?
doing clinical trials of new drugs. One drug, doxycycline, which had previously shown some promise in experiments with CJD patients. It was originally an antibiotic, which that's what we've heard of it for. It seemed to stop the prions from sticking together in clumps and encouraged them, breaking up through the brain's natural enzymes.
So it makes the zomnies spread out and not hang and not be a big mass that could attack. Okay. All right.
Well, and not
Make everything into
change.
a zombie movie. For me.
Okay.
Not make the thing into a brain sponge.
That's bad.
That's what doxycycline might do.
So they're still working on it, and they're working on other things. But there's a couple of other families that I read about. One was an American woman of Indian descent. Her mom died at like the age of 52 in 2010, like right after she got married. The daughter got married, and they didn't find out. I guess that her mom didn't know that this ran in her family, and they didn't know what had happened to her until after an autopsy, and because there's no way to truly diagnose it until
You need to
you're
look
dead.
in the
Yeah,
brain.
they have to look inside the brain. So her father called her and said,
Well, I mean, are there genetic markers
Unless-
now?
They're very that. I
Well-
was just about to say.
well, yeah.
You can now do genetic
Yeah. I mean, eventually you
counseling.
think they'll figure out, okay, it's this gene. That
Gene, baby. I know.
Her father called
Sorry.
her to tell her the bad news is
prig gene. Go ahead.
they did the autopsy on your mom, and this is a genetic thing. So she was a young woman, like
God.
27,
This is like
28,
this is like her honeymoon, too.
had just got
So
married.
she is no longer, her husband's very upset
So
about this.
she did get tested for it. A lot of people who have family histories of this don't want to know. They don't even.
Really?
They don't want to be tested.
I don't agree with that, but hey,
I
it's
don't
up to
either.
you. It's your.
I would definitely want to
Decision.
know, but she does have the gene. So she and her husband were able to do something. Do you remember what I called it, Jack? Pre-implantation diagnosis, where I'm assuming they didn't go into details, but I'm assuming in order to have a child that they knew would not have the gene, they probably did like in vitro. And so they were able to test before they implanted an embryo whether or not it had the gene.
Oh, really?
So, yeah, so they were able to have a baby who does not have it, for sure.
In a test tube.
Yep.
Was it really?
Yeah.
Okay.
In
Well,
vitro.
Probably not actually a test tube.
I
but
think literally a
in
test tube until it was
something.
9 months.
Which is nice. But this particular woman and her husband,
Oh, yeah.
she had just graduated from Harvard Law School, and her husband, she hadn't taken the bar yet, I don't think, and her husband was some kind of engineer, and they both quit their current career tracks, and they decided to dedicate their lives to finding a cure for her disease because
Cool people.
she has a 50-50, she has the gene. So it's not for sure that it will kill her.
Oh.
They basically said you have a 50-50 chance. So she immediately started auditing science classes
Crying.
at school and became, got a job in a lab, and they founded a foundation, which sounds
That's good.
weird.
I found it.
And so anyhow, that's their life's mission, and they're working on that.
Do they have a Kickstarter?
They did, oddly that you say that, they did crowdfund a early study on, what did I say, on mice?
And cows.
Mice.
And cows.
I don't remember what exactly
Sheep.
it was. But so anyway, there are 40 families known to carry the FFI gene.
They're identified in a database?
That we know of.
Well,
I'm sure there are more.
Yeah.
List?
this is global.
Well, obviously some of them are anonymous.
yeah.
Medical privacy.
I don't have the names of them.
I was gonna
shouldn't.
say we should probably dox them.
8 German, 5 Italian, 4 American, 2 French, 2 Australian, 2 British, 1 Japanese, 1 Austrian, 2 Spain, 1 Netherlands. That doesn't add up to 40. So I don't know
But
where
then
the
also,
others
where's the
are.
Italian? Because we know about the Italian family that had
5
it too.
Italian. I said.
Oh, you said 5
Yeah.
Italian? I just missed that.
And-
That was
Yeah.
me.
And what is German?
What?
You said 8 German. and
I don't
I'm
know.
not
You
sure
tell me.
where that's
I didn't say that. I said
country.
8 German.
Oh, 8 German.
Okay.
Got it.
Child,
Now, but
anyways.
it's okay, Carrie. Now you've told people. I mean, there are some web sleuths who are going to figure out who these people are. So
No,
good
they're
job. Nice one.
How? Bitch, what?
Although the American woman, her mother was Indian, so
Oh, that narrows
so
it down.
her family's got to be.
Give me a half an hour on the computer. I'm going to figure
She's
out.
named. She's not anonymous.
Then
Oh, well,
don't-
yeah.
I didn't give me 20 minutes.
You can read about her. One of the Australian families is named. If you
I-
want to read about them.
Is it Paul Hogan? No. Is it
No.
Mel Gibson?
It's Kylie Minogue.
Is it Kylie Minogue?
No, her name's Haley something, and
Haley Minogue?
she is like a TV personality or something
Really?
in Australia. Yeah, she and her brother both ended up having the gene.
Yikes. So
Yeah.
it's autosomal dominant
Their
too.
mother
So
died.
it's a
Yeah.
50-50
What now?
chance. Autosomal dominant.
That's not a real word.
Bitch, it's
of
2
course
real
it
words.
I
is.
feel like it is. I feel like it's.
Dominant. So it's a dominant gene.
Sure, I know that one.
There it is. So it's a 50-50% chance they'll also pass it on to their offspring.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yep.
Like brown eyes.
What?
No.
like Huntington's disease.
Which is another one I would want to know if I had that. Gene
Exactly.
before
I don't know what
having
it is.
children.
Most autosomal dominant genes you probably want to know for that reason.
Yes.
It's a 50-50 chance that your child will have it. And especially if it's lethal, bitch,
That's what they say.
I want to know.
Yeah. I don't know what autosomal dominant means. Does
I
it
don't
mean both parents don't
think
have
it's
to have
real.
the gene?
Well, correct. Yes. It means if you have one copy of the gene that
Okay.
codes for this protein, you will have it, even if you don't.
Carrie, he could be telling us anything right now.
No, as opposed to
No, I
recessive,
understand
where you
that.
need 2 copies.
Exactly. And that's what I meant.
Are there pea pods involved?
And autosomal means that it's not on a sex chromosome.
Oh, okay.
Now we're just getting dirty.
There you go. That's all I'll
And-
go into. No
okay,
more.
Yeah. And as of 2016, there were 24 known cases of sporadic fatal insomnia.
That's the worst.
That's
What
where
does that
you,
mean?
you don't have a gene. You just your body
Mutation.
mutates
Oh,
itself.
so you didn't get it genetically.
Yes.
You
Exactly,
generated it yourself.
Yeah.
So it's your fault. That's
Yeah.
what you're saying.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
Damn. That would
Interesting,
be
huh?
bad.
Which is also like Creutzfeldt-Jakob disease.
So you're saying we can still get it.
You
And
could.
Everybody listening right now, the whole audience, you might get this. If you don't sleep tonight, you're probably going to die.
Well,
Sure.
24 cases, known cases.
It's
Chance. So
incredibly
you're
rare.
saying
it's
there's a
very,
chance.
very rare. Even the fatal familial insomnia
40 families
is-
in the whole world.
Yes, it's
That we
very
know
rare.
of.
Yes, that we know of.
8 are German.
Bitch, what about Hannibal Lecter? Where's he?
That's when he speaks.
He's eating the brains.
When he does public speaking, he's Hannibal Lecter. When he's not,
yeah.
Don't eat the brains, Hannibal.
yeah, no, he did. He definitely did. He ate Ray Liotta's brain. He absolutely did.
Well, good thing Ray Liotta didn't have a transmissible
That
spongiform
we know of.
encephalopathy. Well, he'd be dead.
Yeah.
Because it can take a long time, baby.
It's
Well,
a
that's a
problem.
frightening concept. That's a
Yep.
terrible way to die.
Yeah.
There's no cure, and there's no way to destroy well, there is, but
Yeah.
How's
not
there not
easy.
been a documentary on Netflix about this? Maybe there has.
There.
I don't think so.
Yeah, I don't know if there is or not.
There's some assholes in the history of this protein. Yeah. Some bad people. Maybe that's why they haven't.
What are you talking
What do you
about?
mean?
Like
Oh.
the discoverers of of prions were not nice people.
Really?
Some of them.
Nazis?
In the fur.
No,
Yeah.
molester,
Yeah.
child predator.
Jesus, how does that really?
He was he
What's-
was
what's happening?
openly a pedophile.
Yeah.
What
Yeah.
the
I think his name was
hell?
Carlton
What's-
Gajasek. I think that's
Yeah,
his name.
something like
Piece
that.
of shit.
So just coincidental to this research was led by a pedophile.
Yeah.
yeah.
That's
But
okay.
there was
Well,
a lady.
Way to bury the
unfortunately,
lead.
Can't remember her name. Sorry. There was a lady who was instrumental to the research too. So let's just focus on her.
We're gonna call
Okay.
this the insomniac
Although
and the
the
pedophile.
guy who named it, Stanley Prusiner, I don't think he was a pedophile. So there you go.
No.
Well,
yeah.
that's good. Not everyone was a pedophile.
And both the Australian siblings that I told you about and the woman of Indian descent whose mom died of it and she has it, they are both participating in a study at UC San Francisco.
Hello.
So they're working on it there too.
Well, I
That's
hope they find a cure for those 40 families and 24 people who brought it upon themselves. as you
And
said.
then everybody else
Brought it upon themselves.
who has any other type of
Yeah.
prion disease,
Oh yeah, mad cow.
all the
Yeah.
CJDs,
All we call them mad cow diseases.
all the
now, from now on.
VCJDs. Oh, the GSS,
Sure,
the
GSS.
Gershman-Straussler-Scheinker
Well,
syndrome.
See, Carrie, I'm pretty sure 75% of he's making.
That's another
this up.
familial one too.
I think it's
Oh,
80.
really?
Mm-hmm.
There is an interesting documentary somewhere. I don't know where I saw it, but it is about, I thought it was about mad cow disease in Britain. I mean,
Oh yes,
it is
yes,
about
yes,
that.
in the 80s.
Yeah. And the scandal
Yeah.
of the government's response to that.
It was a mess.
It was very much a mess. And
I heard the government response was led by a pedophile.
be quiet.
Probably shit.
Okay.
And there is video of just this young girl who
Oh,
got
yeah.
it, and it's just awful what happens.
Yeah, it's not fun.
No,
Way to
and it's
end on a
pretty much
high
100%
note.
fatal, right? I
Yes,
mean,
it is.
yeah, that's
There's
awful.
literally no way.
But
Don't eat cow brain.
but the good thing about mad cow disease,
There's a good thing.
well, is there is some natural immunity that people have to it.
Oh, yeah,
so
that's true.
So it's not 100%. You eat infected meat, you're going to get it and die this horrible death.
Yes.
Most people who eat infected meat don't get it and die a horrible death. So that's.
So go to Chipotle, got a 50-50 shot.
Yes.
Sponsor us,
No,
Chipotle.
What?
Yes.
Bitch.
See?
But
They're good at it now.
it could happen this girl, she was, I think, like 11 or 12, or it could happen 60 years after you ate that burger.
The incubation
Really?
period.
So there
No
are
bueno.
people now in the UK who still could come down with it from eating a burger in the 80s, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, that's what you get for eating a burger in England.
It's
not
pretty scary.
Statistics, really.
Yeah, it's a little bit scary to think
Should've
It's
about.
stuck-
incredibly scary.
Should have had bangers and mash.
And a lot of people actually also got Creutzfeldt-Jakob disease from like corneal transplant,
Oh.
from contaminated surgical instruments. Or like
you're
in
scaring.
transplant,
We're just-
some of the
now we're just
tumor mater
scaring
in the
people
brain
needlessly at
that
this point.
happens.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, thank you, Carrie, for that uplifting question mark
Ain't it
story
fun?
of people who died from no sleep.
Oh my God.
From
Yep.
insomnia. Inzombie, and I gotta figure that out.
Insomnia.
Okay, insomnia. So thanks, Carrie.
You're welcome,
for
Dean.
bringing that to us. I
You're
guess.
welcome.
I feel like we have to do next week something about werewolves. I don't know why. I
You
like
feel
but I
that
feel
way.
like that. And
I thought you were
our
going to say
zombies.
something uplifting and
Me too.
But I say that a lot, and we don't have any.
I know.
Yeah, that doesn't
So,
exist here.
No, there are very few. That's few and far between. Carrie, tell them the things.
Weird World Podcast at gmail.com and on Facebook and Twitter and Instagram. Oh, not Twitter. I'm sorry. Instagram And Patreon, Weird World Pod is
Right.
on Twitter.
Mm-hmm.
And that's it about
Thank
it.
you. Thank you, Carrie.
You're welcome, Dee.
Appreciate it. Until next time, we'll do something more uplifting or about werewolves.
Werewolves.
Oh, you want me to try to find an uplifting
Yes,
story?
please. That'd be great.
The problem is it's got to be weird. Weird.
A
and
weird uplifting. There's
Weird
that's a
uplifting
thing.
thing.
So
Okay.
yeah, do it.
Like this doggy named Lily, right?
No, no. Okay, we're signing off. Bye.
Goodbye. Have fun.